We all know that America was an aggressor country, but what was colonized was only its economy, only the natural wealth of a country was taken. For example, to take this, it changed the laws of a country to make it submit to America, or it also took an anti-American leader in a coup and then installed America's puppet leader. That's all. Only to take the natural wealth that exists in a region or country, but now Trump wants America to expand physically. What Trump wants? Trump wants Greenland to belong to America. Not only Greenland but Canada will become America's 51st state, plus he wants the Panama Canal, or in his crazy plan, Trump will make America greater. Trump wants these three countries. The American president-elect Trump seems to want to expand America's territory by controlling a number of countries, namely from Canada to the Panama Canal and Greenland. At the start of his second term, we don't know which other countries he will annex. After this, what is really going on in Trump's head? How to acquire countries? We discussed this in more detail. First, Trump said he would make Canada the 51st American state, in his tweet. For his Christmas greetings to the Canadian Prime Minister, he called him the Governor of Canada Trudeau, where for Canada Trump offered three things to become America's 51st state, then Canada's high taxes would be profitable. If it followed American standards for Canadian business people, they would get more profits. From 60% if you follow American rules, then Canada will be protected by the best American military in the world, and one day Canadians could even become President of America. Canada will enter America by merger and acquisition in the business world, where America will take 50% of the shares or more, or majority share, so that all transactions can be recorded in its assets as American property. Financially, Canadian entrepreneurs and people can benefit more than 60% better than before under the administration of the Canadian government. America has examples of states that were acquired, such as Texas, which was acquired by America after breaking away from Spanish colonies. Then Texas declared its independence in the 2nd of March 1836, and a year later it became an American state. Then Trump will take over the Panama Canal, an American-made waterway which was controlled for a quarter of a century by Panama after President Jimmy Carter handed over the assets to Panama on October 1, 1979. Trump argued that Panama imposes exorbitant tariffs on America when using the canal. Trump also highlighted China's increasing influence over the shipping route, while Panamanian President José Raúl Mulino. Responding to Trump's statement, he said firmly that if the canal belonged to Panama, it would not be released, but Trump knew how to put pressure on Panama, whose waters were becoming increasingly low. After Canada and Panama, Trump wanted to buy Greenland. Greenland is the largest island in the world, where this area is located between the oceans. The Atlantic and Arctic, and 80% of its area is covered by ice. This region had its own government from Denmark in 1979. This island became the location of a large American military base to protect America as a buffer zone from the Arctic or northern side of America after there used to be Canada, but if Canada is taken then Greenland be a buffer, the next American zone. Trump thinks very progressively, is very different from leaders in other countries. This is something Indonesia should emulate. How Indonesia acquired East Timor, for example, or took Papua New Guinea, or even Sarawak and Brunei. Trump then appointed Ken Howery as ambassador to Denmark. To lobby with the same message, the American president-elect named PayPal founder Ken Howery as his choice to negotiate the takeover of Greenland. Trump described Hai as a world-renowned businessman, investor and public servant who had performed brilliantly during his tenure as America's envoy for Sweden in 2019 to 2021. Now, to acquire Greenland, that's the task. Greenland itself is known to be rich in natural resources, including gold, silver, copper and oil, where control of these natural resources is the key to competitive advantage to dominate natural resources and strategic routes between world powers, which have increasingly increased in recent years. In the Greenland region covers an area of 2,166,000 square kilometers, or about 6 times the size of Germany. Greenland is home to just under 57,000 people. The island is also an important route that offers access to the North Pole. Trump has been eyeing Greenland since his first term in office. Why does Donald Trump want to buy it? Greenland. What's more, Denmark did want to let go of Greenland during Trump's first term, after which Trump repeatedly voiced his intention to buy Greenland, calling the possibility of this election a big real estate deal. He argued that the Danish government wanted to part with the largest island in the world, because providing funds for the island is very difficult and detrimental to them. Second, realizing America's national security. So America's idea of acquiring an autonomous region for the sake of ownership and control over Greenland is an absolute necessity. So what about Indonesia in the future? There is a vision of Greater Indonesia. It's also not peaceful.